Our journey began with a single shared dream. We were a team of explorers, drawn to the untamed heart of the world's greatest jungles. Our mission was simple yet profound: to witness the majestic creatures of Asia and Africa in their natural homes. We packed our gear, our cameras, and our sense of adventure, leaving the concrete world far behind. The air grew thick and humid, filled with the buzzing of insects and the distant calls of unseen animals. Every step we took was a step into the unknown, a world ruled by nature, not by people. We knew there would be dangers, but the promise of discovery was far stronger than any fear we felt. The path ahead was not easy. We trekked through dense, green rainforests, where sunlight struggled to reach the ground. Giant trees towered over us like ancient guardians, their branches draped with twisting vines and vibrant orchids. The ground was a carpet of fallen leaves, soft and damp under our boots. We crossed muddy rivers, their currents strong and unpredictable, always watching for what might be swimming beneath the surface. The sounds of the jungle were a constant symphony: the chatter of monkeys, the squawk of parrots, and the low hum of a million tiny lives all around us. It was a world alive, breathing, and full of secrets waiting to be found. Our first base camp was set up deep in the heart of the Asian wilderness. As night fell, the jungle transformed completely. The daytime sounds faded away, replaced by a chorus of frogs and the eerie calls of nocturnal hunters. We would sit around our small campfire, listening intently to the darkness. Each snap of a twig or rustle in the leaves sent a jolt of excitement through us. Was it a small rodent, or something much, much bigger? This was the thrill we had come for, the feeling of being a small part of a massive, wild ecosystem. We were guests here, and we had to be respectful and alert at all times. The anticipation was electric. We were on the lookout for some of the planet's most iconic and elusive animals. Our wish list was long, filled with creatures of legend and wonder. We knew that finding them would require patience, skill, and a little bit of luck. Every morning, we would wake up before the sun, ready to follow fresh tracks and listen for telltale signs. The jungle was a giant puzzle, and we were determined to piece it together, one incredible encounter at a time. The adventure had truly begun, and we were ready for whatever the wild had in store for us. One morning, a loud whooshing sound echoed through the canopy above us. We froze, looking up into the dense green ceiling of leaves. There it was, a magnificent rhinoceros hornbill. Its massive yellow and red casque, the horn-like structure on its beak, was impossible to miss. The bird flew with powerful, deep wing beats, creating the very sound that had stopped us in our tracks. It landed on a high branch, its striking black and white feathers a beautiful contrast against the green foliage. We watched in silent awe as it called out, a deep, resonant sound that carried far through the forest. It was a true king of the jungle skies. We observed the hornbill for what felt like hours, using our binoculars to get a closer look. It was a skilled forager, using its enormous beak with surprising delicacy to pluck ripe figs from a tree. We learned that these birds often mate for life, and soon enough, we spotted its partner arriving to join it. They greeted each other with gentle nudges of their beaks, a touching display of connection in this wild place. Seeing such a large and impressive bird behave with such tenderness was a powerful reminder of the complex social lives that animals lead. It was a privilege to witness such an intimate moment. Later that week, our quest took a more dangerous turn. We were searching for one of Asia's most secretive predators, the leopard. We found its tracks near a stream, the paw prints pressed fresh into the soft mud. Our hearts pounded with a mix of fear and excitement. Following the tracks, we moved slowly and silently, our senses on high alert. The jungle seemed to hold its breath. Then, our guide stopped and pointed towards a rocky outcrop. Lying there, almost perfectly camouflaged against the stone, was the leopard. Its spotted coat was a masterpiece of natural art, making it nearly invisible. The big cat was resting, but its eyes were open, watching us with a calm, intense gaze. It was a female, sleek and powerful, the very picture of a perfect hunter. We were close, perhaps too close, but she showed no signs of aggression. She simply watched, her tail twitching ever so slightly. We felt a deep sense of respect for this incredible animal. We were in her territory, and she was allowing us to be there. The encounter was a silent conversation, a moment of mutual curiosity between our world and hers. After a few minutes, she stood, stretched, and melted back into the shadows of the jungle, leaving us breathless. Our expedition then took us to the rugged islands of Indonesia, a land of volcanoes and ancient mysteries. We were here to find a living legend, a creature straight out of a fantasy tale, the Komodo dragon. As our boat approached the shore of a remote island, we could already see them. Several huge lizards were scattered across the sun-baked beach, looking like prehistoric statues. They were much larger than we had imagined, some of them nearly 10 feet long. Their skin was thick and scaly, like armor, and their powerful legs carried their heavy bodies with surprising speed when they chose to move. Getting off the boat was a nerve-wracking experience. We were armed only with long, forked sticks, which our local guides told us were for keeping the dragons at a safe distance. These giant lizards have a venomous bite, making them formidable predators. We watched as one of them lumbered towards a smaller one, its long, yellow, forked tongue flicking in and out of its mouth, tasting the air. The air was tense. We could feel the raw power of these animals. They are the top predators on this island, and they command respect. We kept our distance, observing their every move with a mix of fascination and caution. We followed one of the larger dragons as it patrolled its territory along the edge of the forest. It moved with a slow, deliberate swagger, its head held high. These creatures are not just scavengers, they are patient hunters. We saw evidence of their power in the bones of a wild boar scattered near a watering hole. The dragon we were watching suddenly stopped, its attention fixed on something in the tall grass. We held our breath, but the potential prey must have sensed the danger and fled. The dragon continued its patrol, unfazed, a true ruler of its domain. The heat was intense, but we were completely captivated by the dragon's behavior. They would bask in the sun to warm their cold-blooded bodies, and then retreat to the shade to avoid overheating. It was amazing to see how perfectly adapted they were to this harsh, dry environment. Being in the presence of these modern-day dinosaurs was a humbling experience. It felt like we had traveled back in time to a world where giant reptiles ruled the land. The encounter was a stark reminder of nature's incredible ability to produce creatures of both immense beauty and terrifying power. For the final leg of our journey, we traveled to the lush rainforests of Borneo, hoping for a glimpse of the gentle red-haired ape known as the orangutan. The name means person of the forest, and we soon understood why. High in the canopy, we spotted our first one. It was a large male with long, shaggy orange fur and wide, thoughtful eyes. He moved with a slow, graceful rhythm, swinging from branch to branch using his incredibly long arms. He seemed so calm and peaceful, a solitary figure moving through his treetop kingdom. There was an undeniable wisdom in his face. We watched him for a long time as he searched for fruit. Unlike the boisterous monkeys we had seen, the orangutan was quiet and contemplative. He would carefully select a piece of fruit, inspect it, and then eat it slowly. His movements were deliberate and efficient, showing a deep understanding of his environment. Seeing him was like watching a master at work, perfectly in tune with the forest he called home. We felt a strong connection to this great ape, a distant relative of our own species, living a life so different yet so full of purpose and intelligence. Later, we came across a mother and her baby. The young orangutan clung tightly to its mother's fur as she moved through the trees. It was a beautiful sight, a testament to the strong bond between them. The mother was teaching her infant how to find food and navigate the complex world of the canopy. The baby watched her every move, its wide eyes full of curiosity and trust. We kept a respectful distance, not wanting to disturb this precious moment. It was a privilege to see the next generation of these critically endangered animals being nurtured in the wild. As our expedition drew to a close, we reflected on the incredible creatures we had met. From the powerful leopard to the gentle orangutan, each encounter had taught us something new about the natural world. The beauty, danger, and wonder of the wild had left a permanent mark on our souls. We had seen firsthand how fragile these ecosystems are and how important it is to protect them. With our cameras full of images and our hearts full of memories, we prepared to move on. The jungles of Asia and Africa had shared some of their secrets with us, but we knew there was still so much more to discover.